Bob Maloney from MyMMAnews.com, and I got my man Eddie Alvarez on the line. Before we even talk about his upcoming fight, Eddie, it is so great to see you. You're always so happy, smiling. You bring a lot of energy. How's life been treating you heading into, hey, listen, a main event's got to be exciting. How you feeling?
I feel good, man. My main event, my second one, Lozano was my first one, but this is actually like my deserving. It's my fight, man. I'm happy to be part of Art of Ward again and be the headliner. It's gonna be good, man. I'm excited. I'm ready, and I'm looking to see what's going to go on, man.
Well, listen, it's been 2 years. Everybody knows we had the pandemic that slowed everything down. It was really tough when the regional scene fighters started to get back. I have seen, listen, Eddie, you've been all over. You trained with Carmelo, you train here, you train in a few places because, in life you move around. Talk to me about, your most recent camps. I see you, getting in some time over at NPR. Tell me, where you've been going, who's kicking your ass, getting you ready for this fight.
Well, I teamed up with Eric Purcell and one of his guys, Justin Burke, who's been like my lead guy as far as striking and just working over things that could make me better and could set me up for better things. And that's what I needed. I needed a good striking coach. I haven't had one, and I'm not gonna lie, like probably a couple of years. And he's legit, what I mean. Of course, Pat Sabatini trains over there, what I mean. I train with him also in Philly, Hensel Philly with Daniel and those guys. I haven't trained down there in a while. I usually have my training camps down there, but I've been busy at David Adib with Mickey Gall and his guys, and I've been getting all types of work up there, and just been going back home at Henzo Gracie PA in Hatfield and working with my guys, and my main guy Jordan Steiner, who's in my right hand man. But like I've been blessed to be fortunate to stay healthy and just training hard and no excuses, moving forward with anything. But I'm excited. I mean, I got Justin Burke in my corner for the very first time, and he's the man. He's legit. I'm happy.
Hey, listen, you, me, Matt Turnbull, your opponent, we all been on this regional scene for a long time. There's nothing that you haven't seen, that I haven't seen, that Matt hasn't seen. I'm sure you've seen Matt fight a bunch of times. You guys
Yeah.
are both Pennsylvania guys. Chop it up. Tell me about this fight. The way I look at it, I told Matt, I think Matt will be a little bit bigger than you because, he's usually up a little heavier weight. You could make flyweight, so you'll probably be a little bit smaller, the
Yeah.
smaller fighter, maybe have a little bit of speed on him. How do you handicap the fight? What do you see? What do you think of Matt as an opponent?
Matt, Matt's resilient. I seen him fight a couple of my boys. He's tough, but nothing that I haven't seen before. I train with tough guys, and I fought some of the best guys in the East Coast at my weight class, even higher. I fought guys earlier in my career where like I was going hard. I mean, I took some fights in my earlier career that I wish I could have waited a little bit more to train, but like it is what it is. I mean, it got me to this point. I mean, I'm still he knows, man. He knows I'm gonna bring it. He knows I'm resilient. I'm a tough SOB in there. I mean, I'm just more than just being quick. I'm resilient, and I feel like he's gonna bring it, and I want the best Matt Turnbull I can get. Because I'm bringing the heat to this fight. Different looks. We got a guy in to work with me that almost mimic Matt Turnbull because Justin Burke had one of his guys fight him. Prior in the past few years, and we're ready. We got a game plan, and I'm excited for this. He's seen me fight many throughout the years, and his focus should be on this fight.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Listen, you guys both have good camps. Both are experienced. Now, Eddie, I always call you the Energizer Bunny. It seems like you got cardio for days. We've talked in the past about, your swimming background was one of the reasons that you had such good cardio. Do you think you have an advantage the longer the fight goes? Do you see it that way?
I see it that way. You seen it that way, Maloney. You seen like with when I fought Aries. You know, I started off slow, just trying to feel him out. Then to me, he's just disintegrated throughout the rounds. Even with Brandon Davis, man, he got slower throughout the rounds. You know, he's pretty explosive. Probably one of the strongest guys that I've been in the cage with. You know, I mean, he's a good wrestler, and through all that, I mean, it's just in that fight, I should have been busier with my striking because I didn't capitalize on how tired he was getting throughout the rounds, and I seen that, and it's just a bad look. But it's different. My cardio has always been top level. I mean, I go in the cage with the mentality that one check mark. My cardio is better than yours. If yours is better than mine, then I'm in for a long ass night. But my cardio is always, top notch. I swam. I done marathons. I mean, I'm like one of the Nate Diaz boys. I mean, I do things to expand my lungs and stuff. And I know Matt Turnbull is going to be a little bigger, a little heavier, but that's just a little bit. I mean, I was walking around 152, 153, cutting down to 125. So me cutting down to 135, even 136 from 152, 151. It's not. I mean, you might be like 155, 160, kind of 35. And I mean, that could affect him in the pace that I'll put on him if I want to put that pace on him, because it gets tiring, man. When I bring that pace. So, and the pace comes with punches and volume, and wherever the fight goes, I'm ready for it, man. I'm a jiu-jitsu brown belt, and man, I'm a decent wrestler, and my striking's always there.
Man, my man Eddie Alvarez versus my man Matt Turnbull. I love both of these guys. I've gotten to follow them for so many years. Eddie, give some shout outs or some love before we go. I know, we talk all the time about, the lonely life of a fighter inside the cage, and you need that support before you get in. So give out some shout outs or some love if you have anybody.
Oh, for sure, man. I want to give a shout out to my team, Henzo Gracie, Hatfield, PA. They're always there for me, always supporting me. My boys, I mean, it's crazy. My boys over at David Adib, with Mickey Gall and all the guys that have, helped me through this camp and got me better and got me tough and, just gritty work up there. And of course, down in an NPR with my boy Justin Burke, man, got my striking, beat me up throughout this camp for the past 2 months. Got my mind straight. I mean, he's a good voice to have. He's a good striking coach. He's been there. He's been talking, game planning for me since day one. And my sponsors, man, and my sponsors for supporting me and just being there for me, and my family, man, for being there and supporting me as well. I'm happy, man. I'm ready.
Eddie, I'm so glad you're getting back in there. I will see you at the weigh-ins, and I'm thrilled to be cage-side calling this fight between two guys who, have brought me. Both of you guys have brought me tons of exciting moments, and just left a lot in the cage. And you know what? Let me just say this before the fight. Thank you for doing what you do. You always, like I said, you leave all your heart in there. I know witness Matt does too. When you guys go in there, there's no doubt about it. It's like you're getting a 110% effort from both you guys. And you know what? You guys have been great for the sport. And you're like a magnet. You draw the people, and it's going to be a good fight. And I can't wait, Eddie. Great to see you. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Bob, man. Pleasure, man.